I just turned 18 and living with my step-uncle. When my mom died 3 years ago, my uncle took me in. Not because of pity but cause of paycheck survival benefit. At midnight of my 18th birthday my uncle had kicked me out into the cold unforgiven streets of Pennsylvania. As I stepped into the cold air, all I had with me was some clothes, my mom's photo, $3 bills, and some food in my backpack. I had no friends to crash at, no other family members to ask. I didn't look back at the house I grew to hate. I didn't have a plan, no place to go to. It hasn't hit me that homeless is real, as I passed the barber shop, the gas station and the clerk looking at me with suspicion. The cold air led me to the out parts of Forest Hill where the town stopped using the railroads and forgotten all about them. I seen one rail car stand alone. I had opened the door, as it was heavy. I used my body weight to push it open. After 3 hard strenuous pushes of the door finally let me in. The dry musty air hit me fast, waved the smell from my face, squinting my eyes to adjust my sight. I grab the side of the door frame and pull myself up. It was dark inside, the air is still. It smelled of rust, metal, and dust. I grabbed some matches out of my side pocket in my backpack, drew one match out of the box, swiped the match and it illuminated only 3 feet around me. It wasn't empty but wasn't full. There was some buckets, beer bottles and broken wine bottles laying around. The match started to burn my fingers. I shook the flame out and lit another match. I made my way down the train car. There was another room at the end of the car. I pulled the latch, and it opened with ease. I noticed there was any dust on it. It has been recently opened. Meaning, someone else has been here. When I opened the metal door, there was a cot on the left middle part of the wall. Next to was a side table. Across from that was a desk with a wooden chair. There were some type of papers. Documents. As I approached the desk, I seen blueprints under documents from a courthouse from a neighboring county. The ink was worn out but I can see the date August of 1987. Some words were legible but most weren't. I moved the documents to reveal the blueprints. As I am trying to figure out what it was of, it was HVAC blueprints and ventilation schematics. It showed details of the layout, sizing, and routing of duct work, air handlers, diffusers, and exhaust system. Under that one was another blueprints of a heating system's linear designs, flush-mounted units, and specific non-combustible material specification. The last blueprints were of a wall installation instructions for layouts, detailed drawings illustrating the location of insulation materials within building envelopes. Specific cross-sections showing insulation, air gaps, and building structure, information on material thickness, R values, and type of fiberglass, spray foam, rigid bore. I sat on the bed. It was bouncy and dusty. The blanket was hard and stiff. I looked around the small room and noticed an outline in the bottom right corner of a wall. I stood up from the bed, turned to walk to the corner of the wall, bent down on my knees and traced the line with my fingers. I felt a dent on the bottom and I pressed it. I heard a click. As I looked in the drawer and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was stacked in oilcloth, and it was 20s, 50s and 100 bills of paper money, and on the bottom was a letter. I reached for the letter, pulled it out of the drawer. I unfolded the 8 by 10 stationery paper. It read, "If you're reading this, that means the train car was sold to you and you found my hidden spot. My name is William Scott and I was born 1923 and I was killed for this money. It was left to me by my late wife. Life insurance policy. The people who killed me tried to bury the truth but you have found it. Thank you."